Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is fine. It's not bad. It's just fine. The new Ant-Man just came out, and many people think that it's a bad start to Phase 5 and that it's worthy of being the second worst Marvel movie ever rated on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that Rotten Tomatoes is that good of a system or anything, but still. Personally, I think these people are reaching just a little bit. There's something that this movie does that's particularly amazing, sure, but it doesn't do anything exceptionally awful either. I think the best parts of the movie were absolutely Paul Rudd and Jonathan Majors as Ant-Man and Kang the Conqueror. Paul Rudd literally lands every line in this movie. I don't know why. He's just a genuinely funny guy, and Jonathan Majors elevates everything he's in. Seriously, he was like the perfect choice for this character. Also, like, the VFX weren't as awful as they were in Phase 4 for some reason. Not perfect at every point, but it was passable. But to me, the worst thing about this movie is, and I'm sorry, because I'm sure she's a kind person, Catherine Newton. Now, I've only seen her in this and the fucking Pokemon movie, which isn't that good of a performance either. But my sister said that she was good in the Society, so I'm gonna assume that she can act. If that's the case, I don't know what the fuck happened. Many of her lines are delivered in such an unnatural way, and she has no chemistry with Paul Rudd, which is unfortunate considering that they're stuck together for like 60% of the movie, so you can imagine how that turned out. I'm also kind of split on how MODOK was portrayed. On one hand, the way he's presented is very jarring and doesn't really vibe with the rest of the characters in the story, but on the other hand, how the fuck else are you going to do MODOK? That was pretty much it for my strong opinions. Everything else was either fun and decent or just mediocre and forgettable. Overall, the movie was okay, it was decent and mindless fun. However, the presence of Kang presents a new problem. See, since this was the first true introduction of Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, I think a lot of people were expecting it to be better than it was ever going to be. Don't get me wrong, he does a great job like I said, but he's not going to be in every scene to save the day. This movie was never going to be exceptional. I mean, it's a Peyton Reed Ant-Man movie, it's not exactly the pinnacle of cinema we're talking about. And therein lies the problem with most modern superhero movies. Not the movies themselves. A lot of these movies get hyped up as the events of the fucking millennia, and people go in and expect that. And when the movie is less than perfect, people get pissed because the version in their head didn't come to fruition. Now, you could say that I'm easy to please and I'm settling for less than adequate. And you'd be right. I don't need Marvel movies to be the peak of filmmaking or anything. I just want to have fun, man. It's fucking comic book characters, who cares? And with Ant-Man 3, I got exactly what I wanted. A fun movie. Sure, there's problems with it, like I've said, but it's still better than the second Ant-Man, and it's nowhere near as bad as people are making it out to be. Stop hyping up comic book movies. You got lucky with No Way Home and hyping that up, but that was going to run out at some point. Movies like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Go watch if you want to have fun.